Alright, so this is going to be a quick video showing how to open up and disassemble this Dell XPS 13 7390 2-in-1. Right, so we're going to be using a T5 or Torx 5 screwdriver, and we're just going to remove all the screws from the bottom. You want to keep the screws in order because they can be different size, shape, and length. The way I do that is I put them flat side down like this on my desk, and the pattern I remove them. Okay, so let's go ahead and just remove all these screws. Okay, 2, 3. Alright, got the top 4 or the front 4 out, depending which way you work on it. Usually I work on it with the hinge facing away from me, but in this case, because this is the label here is right side up, this upside down this way, so I put it that way. Okay. Alright, if this video helps you out, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. If it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Alright, so once we got all the screws out, we're going to go into this gap here, okay? And I use my fingernails. You can use pry tools or whatever works for you. I ended up actually cutting my fingernails pretty short, so it's difficult to do now. Because the other ones that I worked on, this model similar to this, the cover was actually very difficult to remove. So hopefully this one won't be as tough, but basically I'm pushing with my thumb here while pulling with my fingernails here. Okay, and that will hopefully separate the clips. Oops, sorry, I'm going out of view. Okay, so I'm going to hold with my other fingernail here, and you can actually see it's popping up. Okay, and we're just going to keep going all the way along to pop this cover up. Okay. So once we get a little bit of it up, we're going to go around the side and continue going. Okay, same thing. I want to make sure there's no areas here that I can damage by popping this up. Okay, so here you can see it's popping out. Okay, so now we have a bigger gap here. You can actually see where the clips are, all right, in between this area. And we're just going to go around and continue doing this, okay? Let's go around to the front again, and same thing, go ahead and pop this up. Okay, so even if your nails are somewhat short like this, you can still kind of do it. It's just more difficult. Okay, alright, so we're going up here now. Okay, sorry, the camera zoomed in kind of far because this model's so small, so it's at the edge of my desk. Alright, so once we popped all of that up, here you can see. Okay, we got this open. Alright, there's some junk falling out here. Let's see, do we need to take anything out beforehand? It looks like we can remove the cover now. So once you get all of this, you can kind of lift it up and wiggle it. And there we go, we got the bottom cover off, okay? So they said they spilled liquid on it, which this looks kind of bad. This is actually the headphone jack, audio jack. It has these little contact points that just touch the motherboard. And here you can see this piece looks all rusted up here, so most likely it's going to need some small components here repaired. If that's the charging port, is that? It doesn't say which side is the charging port. I don't know. Okay, I don't see which side is the charging port, but if this side is the charging port, it likely got fried. Okay, we're just going to look quickly inside and see if we see anything else here. It doesn't appear to be any removable components. I don't see any removable SSD or RAM, so I think everything is integrated here. I don't know, it might be underneath this heatsink thing, but it's all like one piece. The battery model, if you need it here, is 52TWH. All right, so right there, 52TWH. Let's go ahead and try taking this battery out and see if we can find anything under there. So it looks like we're gonna have to use a pH0 or JS0. Let me test with a pH1 or JS1 just to be safe. And yeah, you do need a pH0 or JS0 screwdriver. Let's go ahead now and remove all the screws holding it down. Again, keep all the screws in order. Okay, so this screw seems to want to stand there, but I think if you use a magnet, it'll just pop out. Yep, okay, it comes out. Alright, so we got that. There's 4 going along the bottom of the battery. Okay. All right, again, make sure to get them all out. Put good pressure downwards into the screws so that it doesn't, so the screwdriver doesn't pop out, because you don't want to accidentally strip the screws. Excuse me. All right. Here we go. And then we're going to get the two out to the sides here. And there's one up here, and then we're going to have to also remove that. That's holding the battery connector into place. I believe this is just like it just pushes or is held down with that screw. So you don't have to like pop it out or anything. All right, so let's go ahead and get this screw out. Okay, and then we'll take this screw. This screw is a T5 or Torx 5, it looks like. So we have to switch back to the T5 or Torx 5 screwdriver. Yep. All right, and there was some crusty stuff on there too, most likely from the liquid. Okay, so that doesn't look good, but anyways, let's go ahead and pop this up slightly. Okay, and then we can probably lift the battery out. Let's go ahead and see. All right. Wow, it's stuck in there. Okay. So we're trying to lift this battery up, but it seems stuck. Oh, I just noticed there's two screws here that I missed. Okay, so there's actually two more screws here. I'm actually getting a phone call right now. Let me at least finish this quick look. Okay, these screws are super tiny. All right, so now that we got those out, let's see if we can lift it. All right, and there we go. So here's how the battery looks, and it has this ribbon cable here. It's not removable. Okay, and it just makes contact with these gold contact points there. Okay, and here you can actually see how the battery connects to the board, and this piece actually comes out too, so make sure you don't lose that. If you do happen to drop it, then you're not going to be able to get battery power. I mean, if you damage this or lose it, then you're not going to be able to get battery power anymore. Right, so we'll move that over to the side there, and here you can see keyboard connectors here. You got the trackpad or touchpad connector here, keyboard backlight connector here, and you have this that connects the keyboard and everything. Keyboard backlight, trackpad, and then there's also this for the what do you call the indicator lights. All right. Trackpad is removable. There's some screws holding it in place, and then the keyboard is also removable, but you'd have to remove the whole motherboard to get to it, and they all look like PH0 or JS0 screws. You got speaker connector here. This connects both speakers because the other speaker is connected with wire down here. All right, fan connectors right there. They have this debug connector, I guess that's for testing, but I don't have anything to use that. Another fan connector here, and then you have this connector here for the fingerprint sensor, fingerprint reader. All right, and I think that's about all there is to show in here. Yeah, liquid damage is pretty tough. They do have these two connectors here for like the LCD, the touchscreen, and then the LCD LVDS. If you mess with these, make sure after disconnecting the battery that you press and hold the power button for about 15 seconds. That will drain any residual power and make it safer to work on. All right, I'm going to try brushing this off, but I don't think that's going to help with anything. It looks pretty badly burned there. But yeah. Okay. So let me see if I can show you more close up here. All right, there you can see where those connectors all look burnt, and even the screws kind of rusted. I think this they were probably using for charging. It probably is dead. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and put this piece back on. Again, I don't see any removable hard drive, SSD, or anything. I think it's actually all part of the motherboard. This heatsink is too low for an SSD, I'm pretty sure. So if anyone knows otherwise, feel free to let us know in the comment section below. But we're going to go ahead and now put this back together. Okay, just place that little piece back on there. And then we're just going to go ahead and put the battery back in. So just drop that into place. Okay, this all lines up, and then you just got to screw that back in. We'll go ahead and put that T5 Torx 5 screw back in first. Okay, and then we can go ahead and put back all the battery PH0 JS0 screws. Okay. And you want to be careful because these screws, the screwdriver might not hold into it too tight. Okay. All those screws in. Get these side screws back in. And the bottom screws. Okay. Last 4. Okay. And then we basically just have to put the bottom cover back on. There we go. Got all those screws back in. We'll put the bottom cover back on and switch back over to the T5 or Torx 5 screwdriver. Since there's some dust there, we'll clean that out. Alright. And if you're wondering, the wireless antennas are right here, and they are just held in, they do just connect with these little contact spring points. Alright. So anyways, let's go ahead and get this all back together. Just line everything back up. Squeeze it back together. Alright, this is kind of not clicking in right, so we might have to kind of put it at an angle. So I just opened it slightly like this to be able to get this to click in. Okay, and now that everything looks good, flush there, you can go ahead and push the rest of the outer edges and everything back into place. Alright, let's go ahead and get these screws back in, and that's pretty much all there is. There wasn't really much to upgrade. Oops, I'm putting this upside down. There wasn't really much to upgrade, but hopefully this at least helped you guys see what's inside so you know what you can and can't do. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. Again, if it did, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. If it helps you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Other than that, that's pretty much all there is to this. You're welcome to stay as I put back the rest of the screws. I'm going to try plugging in a MacBook USB-C charger and see if it does anything. I kind of doubt it, but we'll find out. Okay. And yeah. Alright. Get all these screws in. If they're lucky, sometimes removing the battery will reset the BIOS or CMOS, and if there's no more liquid short there because the water dried up, then it might actually turn on. So let's go ahead and see if we have any life here. Okay, let's get the charger and let's plug this in. Doesn't say which side is for charging, so just plug that. No light came on the front here, so I don't think anything is going to happen. Yep, actually it sounded like a fan started spinning. Oh, one other thing I noticed, they dented this here. So this is actually, the screen is peeling away. You can actually see there's like some weird bubbly stuff there. Okay, but yeah, nothing happened. I don't see anything coming on the screen. I have a feeling this thing is not going to be worth repairing. Let's try plugging in this side. Oh, I actually see the keyboard light came on and the computer came on. So we'll see if it's actually charging or anything. It's weird, it actually lit up. Let's see if it starts booting. There's no booting stuff. So I don't know what's going on with that. It shut itself off. I see the keyboard is still on. Hopefully that's just the BIOS resetting and it might be working. Alright, let's go ahead and see. Keep waiting. Again, the keyboard light is on. I don't know if you can see it from here. Yeah, there you go. So the keyboard light is on, but nothing's on the screen again, so it's completely black. Alright, we'll just keep waiting. We'll give it a bit longer, see if anything happens. I think it might be completely dead. The problem is the SSD and everything is soldered to the motherboard, so it's not like you can upgrade or repair anything on here. Okay, so nothing. Keyboard's completely off right now. Let's try the power button again. Okay, keyboard's lighting up again. I don't know if you can even see it unless I tilt it like this, but nothing's on the screen. So, yeah, I don't know. Alright, well, anyways, that's pretty much all there is to this. Hopefully this video helped. Thanks for watching, and I'll let you guys know in the comment section below if it randomly starts working, but I don't think it's coming on. The screen's just staying black. Alright, anyways, thanks for watching. See you all in the next one. Alright, let's drop this. Bye.